unfortunate because they were starting to kind of get into the game things they were having. You know, got 2 rounds in a row. Could have closed out the first half in a positive manner, and maybe you brought that into the second one. You know, picking up a pistol all of a sudden, just 10-8, and you can feel pretty good about the situation you find yourselves in.
Oh, AGO, pistol round strat. They've thrown 2 nades towards the top of Banana, and they're going to do the same with the smokes. 3 players here for VP, but one is going to be cordoned off by that utility. So it's just Mihu and Snacks to do the damage. Great flashbangs here. It's blinding everyone on the T side, but will the shots come back in a response? Mihu is so low, but it won't matter because kills are coming through for VP. There's only 1 player left up. And out of absolutely nowhere, VP have slam dunked AGO on the second pistol round, leaving just Snatchy.
You say just Snatchy, but he's been able to work some miracles before. Not going to be the case, though. Bialy takes him out with the ZZ. Well, much needed pistol round at least, that's for sure. Virtus.Pro, even though it might not take them to 8, will still get a chance to work their way a bit closer and close the gap here. But again, it comes down to these weapon rounds. That's when it really matters.
Still a lot of SMGs here as well. So have to be very careful. There's a mixed buy comes through for AJ. We've got Deagles, PT50s, and CZs. I've never seen so much diversity in a pistol force. It's always CZs.
Only 2 CZs. That means they're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Bad decision, Homo.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like they're willing to commit just immediately. Bombs dropped still in the spawn. Tao's going to take the peek. He's going to get punished for it as well. And up next to bat is Snatchy. He's not going to have too much more luck with that either. But yeah, 4 flashes. Assuming they're just going to batter the bomb site with flashes and hope that they can find someone getting caught out. But VP, very passive approach here. You can tell how passive Pasha is, not willing to actually take any sort of close range engagements with the pistols, which is smart. No need to do it either.
Although this kind of angle with an MP9, not really the best for him, considering they have Deagles. And AGO just bait out a lot of utility on A, just going to run back to B. The smoke has been placed, though. You can see they held their flashes. This was clearly the late game plan for AGO after that early contact.
Well, it's going to be hard to get onto the bomb site, though. You can see there's already a rotation coming in from Pasha as well. So there's going to be 3 people defending, and no smokes on the side of HGO either. So it's going to be a bit of a shooting gallery. And away we go. Snacks and Mihu combined for, well, all 5. And there you have it. Nice and easy.
As quick as you like.
Yeah, so apparently B Eco's not the way to go so far this game. Just netted a total of 0 kills.
Eco's not the way to go, to be honest.
I probably should have money all the time. That would be nice. Well, it's going to be another one for HGO at that. See if they do a similar thing as what we saw on train with the train through alley.
Yeah.
Maybe another Mihu ace.
Yeah. Oh, not Banana this time. Actually very split. Up second mid.
Rounds like this are all, like, in addition to obviously just being a bit of a throwaway, it's a good opportunity to kind of talk things through as to what you want to do in your first buy round and whatnot. So if you slow the tempo down, you kind of just prepare for what's about to come, because obviously the likelihood of you doing anything of significance with Glocks only is not that high. And
like, if you really want to look at the finer details, the longer this round is for AGO, as painful as that does seem, the more utility VP are going to waste, the more rebuys that have to come through. And yeah, while it's only maybe $1,000 a player, that can come back. Yeah, that can come back to haunt you, especially if you do it, 2-3 ecos, you waste $3 grand, that's a rifle all of a sudden.
Yep.
Can make the difference between a buy and an eco later in the game for VP. So it's worth every penny.
Definitely is. Oh, Neo has managed to bolster his economy, at least for now, with the kill. Pasha spots out 2 players as well. He's going to fall back. Constant staggering the pushes. Flash comes out, re-engages, finds, well, only 1, but still, this significant damage once more.
Oh, wow.
That UMP spray.
There we go.
Better ring around the rosy, but Snacks eventually finds his target. But yeah, 2 kills. Could have definitely been worse for HGO, considering they can, well, they invested absolutely nothing. Well, I guess Snatchy had a P250, but $300, you can live with that.
Yeah, certainly worth it. The buy will come through now anyway, so there's HGO's chance to Oh, they're not in the same spot as VP were in the previous map, but with a significant lead and a chance to really run away with this game and maybe close it out.
Yep, definitely so. I mean, if they win this, again, the economy on VP is a bit all over the place, so could very well see a force buy if they were to lose this one. But yeah, no, there's definitely an opportunity for HGO to get quite close to match point very quickly.
And VP have just straight up brought in the double orb.
Yeah.
First buy, straight into the double, and AGO with nothing to counter that so far.
I mean, I can see why Snacks would go to it. He's been playing well with it so far. He did a wonderful job on training, even though it didn't amount to a victory in the end of it. But I can definitely see why he wants to go towards that. And Posh obviously should have it in his hands. So it remains to be seen what can actually be done with it. For now, though, no real committal on the side of HGO by any means. Got PHR picking up the bomb. As they try to move their way up mid, not really any gaps to be had. Smoke comes down, and they'll just have to sit down and wait. Oh, Yali, though, is going to get aggressive in abs. He's going to find Tao. This is a nice little find. They've also rotated one player over towards the B bomb side, so we've got a 3-man defense here, but the majority of HGO, they're on that A bomb side, and they're going to find Pasha as well on Arts. That leaves Bialy all by his lonesome in pit. He's got a momentous task ahead of him.
He does have utility, but maybe not wanting to give away his position here, because AGO is still checking the site, still being thorough. Molotov into the mini pit, but there's the peek from Bialy. One frag found. He's going to be peeked from the top side of Grave. He needs to be aware of that now as the push comes through, and Furlong will get the running shot. 3-on-3 now on the post plant. No utility really for either team. Mihu's got Incendiary, but that is it.
Not the optimal plant, though, for the after plant positions that PHR and Groovy has.
Oh, goodbye. Headshot in, and all three players retaking from long. AGO wasting time checking spots that don't need to be checked, and they're going to realize that pretty soon. Contact being made, and there's the peek from Neo. He can just jump on the bomb, like you said. Not an optimal after plant, and he's got to run through the molly to stop it, but they actually find the kills, and suddenly AGO win it in a 2-on-3. VP looked like they had the round.
They really did. Groovy just manning up there, standing in fire in order to actually down Neo. It was really significant. That allows for Fur not, you know, it puts Fur in a position where he doesn't have to commit to actually taking down Neo and from defusing and leaving him open to the last VP player. But yeah, that could have very easily gone wrong for HGO, but they fight back, and that, well, means that we find Virtus.Pro in a pretty terrible situation. They're going to have to eco. Mihu is sitting at 5.9, but Neo's down to 650.
Yeesh.
Yeesh indeed. So 13 rounds looking very likely for HGO before we see a buy coming in from Virtus.Pro.
Snacks.
Oh, the shot through.
Oh, there it is. Wallbang. Goodbye. 30 HP. You'll have to reposition off of that. Does not want to get walled again.
It's going to be a gift wrap nade.
Oh, how does he survive that? They heard the tag as well. I like that. The nade makes a bit of noise, so Furlong shoots and gets a free kill out off the back of it. Now a second man having rotated towards B, but they're still split one by one. And Mihu's behind the sandbags. Things are about to get dirty here on Banana, and there's the peak for Mihu. 2 kills on the P250. Trade right back, though. But that's a big danger, because he's even found the dink to PHR to make things a little worse.
That was a lot of damage off of one flashbang from Bialy there. Very well done by Mihu. Snatchy in a bit of an unfortunate position, being so close up with the op, so can't necessarily unscope or anything like that, just because of wave about his sights. But Tao, forward positioning there on the A-bomb site, finds Bialy. Probably know there's more people around. Pasha gets taken out as well, so bomb site in control over the HGO, and well, valiant effort from VP, but it doesn't really amount to a whole lot in the end of it.
Yeah, I like the instant rotations from AGO again. Very quick decision making. They get the kill back on Banana, they throw the guns out the map, and boom, they are already on the A site before VP can even stop them. It's a nice rotation there, but now we have the buy from VP. This is where things get interesting once again. The UMP, the double AWP, in fact.
Oof. Yeah, this is the full-on committal. This is pretty much the do or die. The Hail Mary from Virtus.Pro. If they lose this, then that's going to mean HGO pretty much have a free path to match point. So now we need to see some impact from the offs. We didn't get to see them in the first go-around. New day, new dawn.
I'm just so surprised VP are playing so passive with all this utility, right? You can easily take banana control, you can push up, even like throw a smoke down mid, take second mid, for example. But VP are giving so much breathing room to AGO. And look at Towel. Look at how far he is. They're finally going to spot him, and he needs to be aware of balcony. But while he goes down, still, the fact that he can get up there without VP having any idea is still pretty scary.
Yeah. This is like, well, I guess, a bit of a lucky incident for him in that sense that Posh has just taken his eyes off of Arch. So that happens every now and again. But yeah, brave of Tao to just kind of run up there by himself as well. If it doesn't get caught out by, I think it was Neo who spotted him initially, then that could very easily take down the entire defense. Bialy.
It might not even be needed at this point. It does help though, makes it a bit easier, catches one man, doesn't even go in for more, doesn't overextend. There's still PHR in middle who actually trades back despite Bialy's reposition, which was quite clever to be fair. Still AGO in a 2-on-4 now, looking back towards its A site, and yeah, this is the full rotate from VP. They are fully aware of what's about to unfold here on this bomb site. Neo waiting for them to give away their positions, and there it is, 1 kill and a second. Again, 3 kills from Neo. I mean, Neo and a 3K, name a more iconic duo at this point.
It's really been the name of the game for VP so far. Massive reason as to why they've even made it to 8, which doesn't sound like too big of an accomplishment, but considering where they would be without it, it is a pretty big deal.
It's the follow-up rounds that come off of it, right? The anti-ecos. However, it won't be one for now, because AGO still have money to buy up even after that win from VP. Well, not the best money in the world, because they are going to be put down to pistols after this. Does Snatchy have an AWP there is my question.
If not an AWP, does he have an AK?
No.
No, it's going to be a P250 armor.
Yeah, so some limitations here, but it's a buy nonetheless for AGO.
Yeah, do have a little bit of utility as well. 1 Molotov, which is obviously not optimal. I'd like to see more, but they have 3 smokes. So they could set up for any sort of execute they would have liked. Just have to be more aware of certain angles that they're not going to be able to burn out.
Let's have a look. VP, what is this? 4 players up in B. They are very expectant of a B rush this round, and they throw down the utility, but no one's there for AGO.
That was very, very aggressive.
Surprised he didn't push with that. With all those players there, you'd think they want to take some map control once they realize it's not a rush.
I guess once they realize it's not a rush toward, they only realize it's not a rush towards B though. That's the issue, right? Like they could be on the very edge of entering that A bomb site. And obviously, being a sole defender on 8, not the easiest task in the world. So they go back to a bit more of a default setup, and they do have Snacks posting up on an angle. A bit too slow on the trigger there. It's going to allow them to stream on in, and Miku, well, was ready to greet them, but Snacks started to steal away kills. Finally gets into the thick of things. That leaves 2 HGO players with not a whole lot of hope.
This has been melted like eco. They haven't even got close to doing damage here. Still Snacks it aggressively, and I'm surprised they haven't worked it out just yet because he's shooting blindly through the smoke. They're scared of the flank to come through. VP aren't biting, they've just held on to the top and middle. That's where the orb sits here for Pasha. Tao going to peek into it. Groovy going back in for another fight as well, but Pasha not that keen.
I'm playing it smart.
Yeah. Like
to see that. HGO, what did they do? They have 20 seconds left. Bombs just kind of tucked his way into Vietnam. He's going to move out and actually finds Bialy. First one to lose his patience.
Ooh.
Oh, Pasha, that could have gotten dangerous.
Yeah, Groovy's just trying to hunt him down. This is, oh no, they fully rotated off, but luckily they do get the bomb off the back of it. But Tao's on the other side of the map. 3 seconds, got to save.
Yeah, just hold on to that. Actually surprised to see that they didn't actually try to attempt the plant, that he actually went for the gunfights. And in that scenario, it's 9 seconds left on the clock. You need 3.5 to plant. Probably better off just trying to get a Hail Mary bomb plant. Even if you die immediately after planting the bomb, you've gotten something at least in return for it.
Yeah. I think the thing is, anyway, it's an eco regardless here. It's not like they had max loss, which a bomb plant would have made a big difference to.
No, but still $800, right?
Oh, yeah.
And in addition to that, that also means that Tao gets a loss bonus. Instead of running out of time, not getting any money, he's going to get, you know, I guess, loss bonus for a bomb defused.
Nice nade there. Is going to tag down the HR. And Snatchy just gets shot through the gap in middle. Neo looking to dodge all these bullets here. More nades coming through. Passion doing some damage as well. Berlin does open up with the P250, but this is not a round that we expect too much of. As you can see, it's pretty clean for VP. One casualty is all that will be capable from AGO. And PHR's only got a Glock as well. So as soon as he peeks, he is dead. And there it is. VP finding double digits, not letting this game run away from them. But we need a win here from AGO, otherwise VP are going to be nipping on their heels in just a couple of rounds' time.
Well, HGO, could it be their time to lose a significant lead? And VP taking us to a third map on Dust 2. Remains to be seen. Utility in place, at least for HGO, for the better part of it. No real Molotovs, though. Just one on top. Posh out with the aggressive setup here. You might get caught up with Bert. Gets a new haircut, at least.
Yeah, bit of a trim. Nothing major.
Just a little off the side. That's all you need.
Well, it's quite lopsided, like only on the right. So
some people like, you know, the ones, I guess.
The fade, yeah.
Yeah, the fade on one side.
Okay. Got the Nike symbol tick to the side of his head, but yeah, does get away alive, despite his father having different intentions. Now AGO, we try and at least force VP back off of this side, but VP running a very similar setup to how AGO did on their T side, or CT side. One player passive at the coffins, that's Mihu, and 4 on A.
It becomes extremely hard to execute against, though, if you're on the T side in these kind of scenarios. Obviously, you have no information as to how many people are actually on the B bomb site, so you're going blindly towards A, for instance. And as long as VP are not giving up any kills, you're forcing HGO to really commit blindly into somewhere. And, well, instead of 4 people on A, it's going to be 4 people on B this time around. And Snacks finds the first frag on tower, gets flashed out, but Smokes providing good cover so far. Snatching.
They get caught in the smoke. They're swapping position. Snatcher gets into the spawn, but they still haven't spotted the man on the boost. He's just going to dive on in. Bialy instead does the damage, 2 on the M4. And what a mess of a round there.
What a mess of a round indeed, but you know, kudos to Virtus.Pro for being heads up and actually being able to read what was going on from the side of HGO. Just initially having 4 people on the A bomb side, as is tradition, I guess, for both these teams. They do like to have that solo defender on the B bomb side, but even without necessarily too much information given away, making the cheat rotation over towards B. And you can tell, like, if that's a normal defense, you know, by traditional senses, that it's just 1 to 2 people on that B bomb side, that could very easily go haywire for Virtus.Pro. But with 4 players just constantly badgering the T's coming in towards pool, it's not really a whole lot HGO can do. And now they need to, first off, go for a bit of an eco, which is going to put Virtus.Pro most likely up to 12 rounds, depending on how this pans out. But just put them in a bit of a stressful situation.
And what was his lead for AGO? How many rounds has this been for VP? 4?
This has been 4 rounds in a row. And even before, like, HGO has only gotten 2 rounds on the T side.
Not a great start. But it's only pistols here, so it should be another one for VP. Looking to claw us to Dust 2. Frankly, I would like that very much.
It's definitely welcome.
Utility up and the push through the smoke here from AGO. They're going to wrap on back round through long. There's 2 players here. York peeks up below the shot of Neo, who finds one himself, as well as the T's trying to eventually overrun them. They do exactly that, and the Norp's given over. Bialy's very low in the process, but he does catch a kill before he gets tagged. And that is the final peak to finish it off. 12 rounds of VP, as expected there. They lose a couple of players, but nothing casual, or not too many casualties, sorry. And here's the buy once again for the T side, but however, this is potentially one of their last buys if they don't win it. Yeah,
it's absolutely the case, and you know, disregard, like, unless they get a couple of bomb plants in there, right? That's pretty much what would keep them afloat. But they do have max loss bonus. But that's not really, the money isn't the thing that worries me for HGO right now. It's the fact that they've been completely stumped. They haven't really had any sort of close rounds in quite some time. As VP has definitely shored up their defense, and Miu's extremely aggressive here in Banana. He's taking a lot of damage for it, but might also be a bit of a surprise to HGO.
Yeah, we've not actually seen any deep banana control from VP this entire half. B pressure for AGO. They've really, it's the same as trade, right? They just ran up into A and it worked so well, but the difference is here is not working well at all. We need to see B play now as VP are starting in these last few rounds to get back into control of things. And if AGO just at least took banana control, at least as a fake to keep VP honest, because we've seen constant 4-man stacks on this A site because VP just had a really good read of what's going on.
Yeah. Great nade onto Snatchy as well. They're sticking to the recipe for success here, playing passively.
And here's that quad A stack.
This is a bit of a new approach from HGO, though. Heavy presence in apps.
Yeah, in the smoke as well. They dive out through, not into the pit, because that's where Bialy sits, but they have found the entry from PHR. Pasha defending from the site with a shot on the AWP. Does he realize there's a man in the pit? They've dropped in. Groovy with a double on the CZ, and they've even got a man, Snatchy, to catch these rotates, both of which are coming through the spawn. Mid is no longer a worry for AGO, although they're not aware of that just yet. As Mihu shows his face, he now has made an opportunity for VP, a 2-on-2. The flash goes high, and Groovy peeks out from below, and he does take that kill, leaving just the AWP of Snacks. This could be the reset to find map and match point for AGO onto the economy of VP. What a worse time to have it come through as well. Snacks does find the kill with the USP. Now problems arise, and Groovy, he's going to need this 4th kill to keep the game going, to keep it in their favor. Snacks looks away, and that's the timing for Groovy. AGO finally take 15. And although it was a bit of a comeback for VP, look at their money. Oof. That is a horrible moment to get reset.
That is the worst of moments to get reset. Mihu, the only one who could really afford a proper buy together with Neo. Outside of that, it's looking like, well, MP9s or ZZs to really try to get you to the finish line. And even that, like, let's say there's a world where Virtus.Pro wins this and bring it to 15-14, get the chance to fight for overtime once again. If they lose more than 3 players, they're not going to have a especially good buy going into the final round either. Obviously, yeah. HGO, they're going to be, limited themselves, but I mean, I'll take that if I'm HGO as well. Like, you have golden opportunities here to really close out this game in so many ways, and well, it's reflected by the purchase here. You got the Alligator coming back out, making a reappearance on Snacks. Did make a lot of work happen with it on Train, actually.
Yeah.
On Neo with the Mag 7 and ZZ on Bialy. Not a whole lot of utility, so if we're seeing a bit of a slow play from HGO, this could dry them out really, really quick.
I do like the buy, though. A lot of versatility to it, and again, something to catch people off in terms of shot. Bialy tries to catch Tower off, but completely misses. Snacks, 5 HP, but he's still going to go for it. Good flashbang, but it doesn't blind the close player, so Furlan can do the damage. Snatchy cleans up the kill. And AGO, just how you like it, 2-man advantage to start off the round. No threat from VP, who are just going to gamble it. Look at this rotation. I like this from VP. It's very risky, but again, at 15-13, when you're 2 men down, you have weak weapons anyway.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, all in.
And I mean, if Pasha gets the first pick here on somebody popping up the angle, it could be all they need.
Oh, but the trade came through in the same time. Tao got another kill in the apartment. So yes, Pasha may have relieved some of the pressure, but they can just burst out apps at this point. Even with 2 players here for VP, I'm surprised AGO don't just walk to B. And VP expect them to. So again, they fully rotate off of the site. Furlan's even going to hear these footsteps. So that only reaffirms the fact that they need to hit A. And Furlan, spotted by Pasha, is just misinformation here for VP here, and they don't know it. Shot missed from Pasha. Furlan goes back in for the peak. And this may be done. This may be dusted, but Mihu's got 3 more kills to find.
Oh, that was so well done by Furlan. Instead of re-engaging on Pasha, just immediately after seeing the peak in from Pool, just steps back for a little while, draws Pasha further away, and eventually pounces, and Mihu Molotovs out in library, has 3 people to find. Doesn't have a defuse kit either. Seems like a bit of an impossible task.
Well, he's in the site.
And he's out of the game.
And he's out of the game. Snatchy with a headshot, and AGO